The yachtsman's favourite race is a 2,000-mile voyage round Britain and Ireland. It's one of the world's challenges of seamanship and navigation. Yet every 4 years, many sailors give up their precious annual holiday to take part again in this great adventure, sailing through some of Europe's most beautiful cruising waters. A clean, smooth hull gives a vital edge to a yacht's performance. And competition for the prestigious top places is intense amongst leading multi-hull skippers. Keenest visitors are yachtsmen dreaming of taking part themselves, while other spectators are just curious to see what's going on. Many competitors are fundraising for charities varying from Dr. Barnardo's to Greenpeace and multiple sclerosis to a local church organ fund. There's a photo opportunity as competitors gather for the briefing in the Royal Western Yacht Club. Each crew of 2 will spend exactly 48 hours in each of 4 ports of call. Soon, many of the sailors may find themselves setting out in the middle of the night to beat into the teeth of an Atlantic gale. But the weather in Plymouth remains superb as final preparations are made for the Sunday start. "60 yachts from 5 countries will soon be out in Plymouth Sound. They're off. The warship is stationed in the middle of the long line, giving the monohulls a separate start from the catamarans and trimarans, as the 7th round Britain and Ireland race gets underway. A southeasterly force 3 gives perfect conditions for the close reach out to the Eddystone Lighthouse. 2/3 of the big fleet are monohulls, most of them crewed by their owners and friends, the majority being production cruisers between 30 and 45 feet. No monohull skipper has a chance of winning top honours in this race, traditionally dominated by multi-hulls since its inception. Dutchman Roel Engels on 60-foot water-ballasted sailaway, crewed by Alan Wynne Thomas, has kept up to windward and quickly sets a vast-reaching spinnaker. There's insufficient time to pump water ballast to windward before the Dutch yacht rounds up hard to pass under the warship's stern. Several smaller, keen to make a good start, have to take avoiding action as the big yacht heels right over and her windward rudder becomes airborne. The first leg is to Crosshaven in Southern Ireland. Richard Tolkien and Peter Foote are leading British contenders in the 55-foot trimaran Williams-Lee. Both have competed in 2 former Round Britain races. But there's a formidable late entry from France, the powerful catamaran Saab Turbo. Francis Boucher and Loic Lingois retired from the French Transat race with rigging problems which caused their huge wing mast to lean over and damage the unique balustron spar, acting as a boom for both mainsail and jib. After rapid repairs, the catamaran set sail for Plymouth to join this event. She's an impressive sight, sailing in a class of her own at the top of the fleet. Samantha Blythe is at the helm of NCR, skippered by her famous father, Che. Their boat holds the record time for the race, when it was sailed to victory by Dame Naomi James and her late husband, Rob. Nick Bailey won the 40-foot class in the single-handed transatlantic race in Davis, Langdon and Everest. French is the language spoken aboard, with Hervé Clarice as crew, and the boat himself, with expert advice from Phil Morrison, who built her. Many top multi-hull designers have cut their teeth on Round Britain entries since Derek Kelsall won the first event sailing his own trimaran design, Toria. Williams-Lee has a long history of racing success. Winner of the 1984 transatlantic race and third in 2 previous Round Britain races, she was designed and built by Phil Morrison and Spud Rousell in 1982, but now has a new 10-foot taller rig. Saab is a hybrid design with new hulls and mast using the revolutionary cross beams and balustron from Marc Pajot's catamaran, Elf Aquitaine II. Queen Anne's Battery is another outstanding Phil Morrison design. While other competitors were assembling in Plymouth, Mark Gatehouse managed to win the tough 3 Peaks race and sailed the catamaran back from Scotland just in time for today's start. At 75 feet, Pencil Slim Dix de Lyon from France is the biggest monohull, sailed by Patrick Morvin and Loic Pouchet. Their chief rival is 60-foot Panic Major. Her skipper, Robert Nickerson, designed and built the boat himself. She has unusually high freeboard for such a lightweight design, reputedly because her skipper doesn't like getting wet. The boat from Howard's Way is sailed by her owner, yachting journalist Bob Fisher. 56-foot Micro Metalsmiths is a Yorkshire entry, taking part in her second Round Britain race, skippered by Chris Shaw with David Wright as crew. Sail Away, better known as Crédit Agricole 3, winner of the BOC single-handed round-the-world race, is an extremely powerful yacht. Designed to sail on one tack for long periods, it's little wonder she proved such a handful for Roll Ingalls and Alan Wynne Thomas in the crowded waters at the start. Josh Hall's colourful Spirit of Ipswich was the winner of the smaller BOC class. Bob Fisher's famous Barracuda has an equally famous crew in Robin Knox Johnson. Mint Futures Funds from Holland is sailed by experienced father and son team, Jon and Boudewijn Simonis, who've sailed the boat thousands of miles since it was launched a year ago. Their luxury catamaran, with everything from microwave to deep freeze, must be the envy of the fleet in each port of call. TC, short for Top Cat, and coloured pale pink on the advice of Richard Late's small daughter, is a local Cornish entry. Sail Away's large twin rudders leave an unusual wake as they cleave through the waves. Most crews prepare to set spinnakers on the approach to the Eddystone. Marines Pete Goss and James Getgood have their kite up quickly, but it takes much more effort on the bigger boats sailing short-handed. NCR is without a headsail for several minutes, while the radical 45-foot monohull New Magic Breeze is dragging her spinnaker in the water, still in its sleeve. This highly unusual design with water ballast tanks bulging out on each side has yet to prove her worth. The race is very popular in Holland, and New Magic Breeze is one of 5 Dutch yachts taking part. Once round the Eddystone, the southeasterly brings a superb run westward to the Scillies. Mint Futures Fund's cheerful Dutch skippers sailed a smaller catamaran in the 1982 event. Despite the luxury interior, the boat has a good turn of speed. Meridian, skippered by Tim Wilson, is a John Shuttleworth design. Like Curly Mill's catamaran, Two Hoots from Scotland. The race attracts such a wide variety of craft by dividing the boats into 7 different classes, with divisions for multi-hulls and mono-hulls, each with its own price. 35-foot Beneteau Marines is a production cruiser racing in Class 6. Jeff Hale's new 30-foot yacht, Minitech, is specially designed for short-handed racing and is in Class 7 for the smallest boats. In company with Playmate, a production Sadler 29, and Fidget, strains of the wind-up gramophone still wafting over the water. Tiny 26-foot trimaran Holly looks heavily overladen for the long voyage ahead. In the glorious conditions, friendly rivalry between crews is developing into a series of private races between yachts of similar performance that will last throughout the entire event. Out in front, the huge French catamaran is racing ahead, reaching 25 knots in the gusts. And Richard Tolkien and Peter Foote have overtaken the Blythe's bigger trimaran. Built as a very fast day sailer, Queen Anne's Battery has an open deck with no shelter for the crew and coffin-like accommodation. Only a true enthusiast like Mark Gatehouse would dream of sailing around Britain.